What's going on, family? Welcome back to From Scratch. This is Dr. J. Tayler, J. Healthcare Solutions. Today we're going to be talking about, or rather showing you, the other side of leading. One is in the boardroom, the other is here in the basement. We're in our processing center, offsite reprocessing center, Paris Regional Hospital out in East Texas. Their sterilizers went out because of the storm, and they were able to find us so we could be able to support them. So this is the other side of From Scratch. So yes, we got the tech, yes, we're in the field, but we also process sets here at headquarters. Let's go. Who are you all?
I am Chantal Skipper. I am the co-founder of On Demand.
Come on, co-founder.
And I'm Jordan Skipper. I am the main driver for On Demand.
So the hospital that we're supporting, usually we have like a 2-week ramp up time, but the hospital that we're supporting needed us to start literally the next day after we started to support them. Phenomenal leadership team. It's just unfortunate. The unfortunate thing was a rural hospital, and the storm hit. So it sent a surge through the electrical circuits at the hospital and shut everything down. So we're doing what we can. So hopefully in the coming weeks, you guys will see some more of our tech staff doing the work. But one thing that we're never scared of is doing the work ourselves. And we love giving opportunities to small businesses getting started. So this is a brand new medical courier. They're phenomenal, extremely punctual, and very good about their business. And I think that it's important that stable companies give smaller companies opportunity to grow, because we all started that way at some point. If you keep using the big brand names, you'll never give the small businesses an opportunity to grow and be better. So that's the biggest thing we're focusing on. Is that it, Jay?
Yes, sir.
Right now what we're doing, we're getting the sterilization logs printed out. We did not get them to the hospital, and they need these to make sure they stay Joint Commission compliant. They're gonna get me doing some sterilization. So what they really just need is sterilization. Their washer works, their decon works. Lisa, that's the director of surgical service over there, she is absolutely phenomenal. And it always makes it easier when you're partnering with hospitals whose leaders are easy to deal with. In the hospital industry, everyone's stressed, saving lives, and I'm glad just to be in the mix. And I'm faded in the parking lot, and you know that we made it. It's so good in my hood tonight. All right, so y'all, so look, this is what we got going on. I'm just making sure I stay sterile as possible. So right now we're having a bad month for a hospital that we're supporting. And as I tell all of our clients, as we spend a lot of time solving hard issues, we end up growing fond of people. And I said, I will never bite my tongue when accountability is there, and you don't bite your tongue with us either. And so it's good to have that transparent relationship to say, hey, tighten up. And I think that's very important in a vendor sponsor relationship, because too many times it can become too buddy-buddy, and accountability is not there, and patients suffer. But we pride ourselves on transparency is key. That's the only way we can continue to strive to greatness. So there's that on that. So this facility is like a relief facility. So if the hospital has any parts of their equipment go down, we can process everything here. It's about 4,800 square foot building. And then loaner trays, vendor trays, and those things. After this, I'll get these receipts and go to the sterilization log and do that. And then I have to let these cool off. In order for us to store it, we have to get it under 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Once we get it under 75, then that's the safest time for us to store. We'll put it in a bins. After we put it in the bins, we'll let the air kind of do its thing for a while. I have to replace those bins. Then I have to sterilize those bins and put new covers on it, because the covers that it came in, the trays were in there non-sterile. So I got to do that. So now it's just prep work to prepare to be able to do what we got to do. be in the healthcare industry, but it's the best decision that we made as a team to partner and come here and build with SIPs. Yes, I think that honestly, when you really think about it, our lives are made up of the decisions that we commit to. And you hope that the decision you commit to is the right journey for you. And being able to help support hospitals all over the country to ensure that patients are safe, like what better job and what better industry to be in. I can sell any product, I can turn around any type of business, but to help and support hospitals, that's another type of high that you get that I can't explain it. And we're not even the full superheroes, we're just like the sidekicks. It's great being a sidekick. Not only are we supporting hospitals in this capacity, but we have one of the only behavioral intelligence technologies in the country that develops your workforce in sterile processing and ensures that the workflow is being done correctly based on AMI standards. There's a great surprise that we have coming into the tech. It's going to blow the industry away come our conference. We'll talk about that at our conference. But we test out all of our methodologies in our research facility, our offsite right here. So whether we're supporting a customer, a hospital, or a client, or a clinic, or something or not, we're still testing our methodologies and our thought processes here at headquarters. I think it's very important to make sure, specifically in healthcare, that you're partnering with organizations that are invested in building out mock situations to ensure that the methodologies that they give have been tested and proven before getting to your hospital. You're required to do that to save lives. We should be required to do that to support you saving lives. I think it's extremely important for you to be yourself. I see so many people lose themselves trying to talk like something and be like something. And what I've learned in this space is, or just in business or success overall, is when you perform, people all of a sudden get okay with you having a little twang and a vocabulary deficiency. When you perform, it's only when you don't perform that you have to conform to other people's societal realities. But when you do perform and overperform, you never have to conform to anybody's rules. You become the standard that everyone conforms to. So the question is, are you going to perform or are you not going to perform? Because conforming happens on either side. One you're in control, the other controls you. Dr. J Gism, baby. Dr. J Gism. Process has just started. So this is now the most important portion is logging. So now I have to go and log all of this to make sure it's good. Then go prepare the bins while this cools off. And I kind of do it simultaneously. So as this is cooling, I'm productively working. How much work it takes to do a simple task. So as leaders, I will always tell you, even though you upstairs and you got the power to do a lot of things, don't forget to scrub in yourself so you can remember the effort it takes to do the small things. So just because you got a suit on or just because you got your little office doesn't mean you don't roll up your sleeves sometime and get the job done. Because it reminds them, hey, they came just like me, or they processed like me, or even it reminds them, hey, that's why they're at the top. That's why they're leading this group. You gotta think about it like being in the wild. The alpha male or the alpha female hardly ever fights until they have to remind their team, hey, this is why y'all chose me to be the leader. So that's pretty much what's going on. But it also lets our clients know that everything that we're teaching their team and that we're doing, we practice it. We do all the methodologies here. We figure out what processes work, what's the best, way to organize, what's the best way to record, how to keep people from making those same mistakes. And you cannot do that if you're not waking up at 3 a.m., going through your methodology and asking yourself what is too much, what's not enough. How often have you as a leader came and worked a double night and then asked somebody to step to the side and train on the video? Like, those are things that have to be worked out, and you can't use someone else's data to do that. Sometimes you as a leader got to do it yourself so that you know.
Dr. J, what you got in your hand right now?
Right here, these are bin tags. So this is like the receipt for the bins so that we can show the items that are actually in each one of these bins. And the one thing I really love about us having a sterile processing department here at headquarters and having real customers and clients and hospitals that we support is that we can continue to push the limits on what is the most operationally efficient way. Not just off of methodology, but we can really stress test some of the things that we're putting out to ensure that not only does it follow AMI standards, but that we're using the most out of what we have, especially with the picking up and picking down of these extremely heavy sets that our SPD technicians have to struggle with every single day. So just finding the little small things that can provide them relief so they can continue to do what superheroes do, save patients. So today you got to see a full shift of me sterilizing trays for a rural community hospital whose sterilizers went down because of the storm here in Texas. And this is it, finally done, sealed, wrapped, and protected with the dust covers. Now we're just about to clean up to make sure that we're prepared for the next day. But in short, that's how it's done. Get to see me in the boardroom, get to see me in my office, get to see some B-roll of me doing some cool things. But also you get to see me actually rolling up my sleeves, helping my team out, and stepping in.